Hey, sports fans, we're here with Coach Greg Franklin of the Lady Indians. How you doing, Coach?
Good, Dr. Ryan Craven.
Good to see you, man. Hey, we're coming off a big win over TCC, the reigning national champions. Not a bad way to start out the Panhandle Conference.
Not too shabby. I was pleased with our team. I thought we played okay. We didn't really know how to finish them. We let them creep back in, and we got about 11, 12, and then we did a few things to get them back in the basketball game. But it's part of learning and part of a team understanding each other and what your roles are to finish a team off.
Yeah, 86-82 was the final there, and the leader for Chipola, we had two girls with 21, DeCaria Patterson and Val Nesbitt. Both had 21, and then Ariel Cummings had 15 off the bench. So
Rail has really come on. In practice she's looked really good. It hadn't translated over to the game yet until the other night. Blessing got in foul trouble, so Rail had to come in and play a big role.
But that's a nice surprise when you got somebody who's never really been called on to step up before, and then and they come in a game like that and do something special. So any other performances that you were particularly pleased with the other night? Cortasia Sanders had 11 and 12 rebounds.
And 7 assists.
And
7, 4 or 5 steals, I believe.
Yeah, absolutely.
She's kind of like you would say, Scottie Pippen.
Yeah.
She does a lot of different things and doesn't get a lot of credit.
Right. Yeah, and Val Nesbitt had 7 steals on the day. Golly, that's amazing. Wow. And, man, good. Cummings had 4 blocks, too.
Yeah, her and Blessing can disrupt some things. A lot of things on the rotations coming at the basketball when it's going downhill against our defense.
Right.
They rotate over and they take a lot of things away, whether it's a pass for vision for passing or block shots or things like that, or just being imposing when somebody drives in there. Both of them are Rail 6'3.5" and Blessing 6'5", and both of them are really long and athletic. So it does some good things for us, or it gives us a little confidence to really get after somebody out front because we know we got some forgiving forces behind us.
Right.
So we haven't had that in the last couple, 3 years.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
Thank goodness for it.
So what did you think of the crowd the other night?
That was magnificent.
Wasn't it great?
That was really good, and I appreciate how active they were. Wasn't a crowd that just sat there. They were very active into it. I mean, even when somebody walked, you hear the whole crowd say "walk."
Right.
That's what I'm used to. Being a Kentucky fan, they're all into it. But Jackson County's a basketball.
Oh, I know. That's amazing. And Coach, I'm not just bragging on you, but I've worked here 31 years, and there were a lot of years when people might show up for the second half of the women's game, just to get ready for the men's game. That's not the case anymore. People were here at 5 o'clock, and they were ready to go because they wanted to see the Lady Indians. Because we've got a great team, and they're fantastic girls, and
good girls.
And people even like you in this community.
Yeah,
I know. It's crazy. It's remarkable.
It's crazy. I don't know what's going on.
But anyway, you've done a great job here, and we've got a fantastic program going. So there's no rest for the weary.
No.
Saturday night we head to Northwest over to Niceville to play the #1 team in the country, and they're 2-0, and they've beaten who have they beaten?
They beat Pensacola at home, the first conference opener, and then they went to Gulf Coast and beat Gulf Coast there, which Gulf Coast.
Rooney doesn't lose many at home.
It's a tough out right there.
I
think we have been the only team that's beat them there in the last 4 or 5 years. So
wow.
She's a tough out now, and that's an accomplishment in itself.
Yeah.
Coach Walker's got a good team. They're big. Inside, they're 6'3", 6'4" inside. They've got a good guard that's going to Central Florida, signed early, Georgia Gale. We'll have to do a good job on her.
Right.
My biggest thing right now, and I'm telling our team, is we have to play intense and we have to speed them up. If it's a game of tag, we win.
Right.
Because I don't think they can get away from us. But we have to make sure, in terms of fundamentals, discipline-wise, that we're doing the right things because they're very good. They're very fundamental. They're driven in what they want to do, high-low type stuff, going high post to low post, being the big block down there. They get a lot of smoke and mirror plays for their shooter, Georgia Gale, that's going to Central Florida. So we've got to be really dotting our I's and crossing our T's.
Yeah. Now, have they lost?
They have not.
They have not lost.
They're
Okay.
undefeated. One of the few teams in the country that are undefeated right now. But I think we can give them a tough task.
Right.
Come Saturday night. I don't think we're an easy out.
No,
so,
not at all.
I like
Not
our
at all.
kids. I like their toughness.
Yeah, yeah. Now, we've only lost one game, right?
We lost one game in Jones County where, it was a little different setting, a little different atmosphere.
Uh-huh.
Our kids fought through a lot of adversity.
Okay.
A lot. There were several times where, we'd be on one end of the floor, on their end of the floor, and they'd score 6 points.
Uh-huh.
And
That's
3 times in the second half,
yeah.
whether it's free throws or whatever the case may be.
Yeah.
And our kids just kept fighting, and we had a chance to win with 0.5 seconds to go, which they're a top 10 team, and missed a couple free throws to take the lead.
Right.
But really and truly, I walked out of there thinking, and you hate to say this, that was a good loss.
Yeah.
Maybe wake some kids up.
Right.
It wakes them up when we're not really seeing the things that we're telling them, hey, you're not here, you need to be here, and you're falling upon deaf ears.
Right. Well, because we've had some pretty lopsided victories in the fall, and I think that can lull you into a little bit of complacency.
Absolutely.
So it is nice to get a wake up call and say, hey, we're a great team, but we can't take that for granted.
Now, there's 2 things we talk about all the time that you got to handle 2 things: adversity and success.
Right.
And what you just talked about, success, you start getting a little complacent.
Yeah.
You think it's okay, well, we do this all the time. We won 16, 15 games in a row.
Right.
Who's going to beat us? We've beaten everybody by 20
Right.
some odd.
Right.
So when I talked about earlier, us learning how to win a close game had been a lot of close ones.
Right.
So, and that's the scary part about being really good and playing out of your conference, because when we get here in our conference, they're all going to be tight.
Exactly.
All going to be
Every
tight.
one of them. Yeah.
And you got to know how to finish them out.
Yeah, I don't know if you know this. There was a football game Monday night, and both teams had not lost, and I really do think that the losing team I don't think they've been challenged that much, and when they were challenged, I think it was kind of tough for
Those
them.
last 3 ball games, I didn't think they played really good.
Yeah.
And
So,
I think they knew that.
Yeah.
Going into it, but neither here nor there. I'm not going to say who I was for.
That's
because
right.
there's a lot of
That's
Alabama fans, and
I
I don't want to lose any
I
of our
know.
fans.
No, we don't want to lose any fans. Well, Greg, let's talk about some of your former players who are playing in Division I right now. Are you keeping up with any of them? Tell us about some of these guys that are.
Actually, Central Florida was at the game the other night, and Sydney McDonald's down there. She's starting for them.
Wow.
And playing a lot of good minutes. One of the better 3-point shooters in the country right now. One thing that they talked about was her head coach talked about was how good defensively she was, and that made me feel good.
Yeah.
Said she was ready to go when she got there.
That's great.
Raven Baker, she's at Arkansas, playing a lot of minutes there. Tierra Phillips, she's at Dayton and plays a lot of minutes there.
Okay.
We've got India Jones at a Division II school in Virginia. We've got several others that are just out there doing good things. But the one thing I always love to hear is when a coach comes to me or calls me and they're recruiting another player. Number one, that means that it was okay.
Right.
The one they got before was
Exactly.
okay. And that they always say, mentally and physically, emotionally, they were ready for it.
Yeah.
And that is a big step.
Yeah.
Because, I tell them all the time, you know what? I work here at Chipola, it's the best job I've ever had. I said, but the next person you go to, they're gated community, their husband or wives, courtesy car, their kids' academy school is all predicated on how you perform. And they're not going to be so much as, okay, bring you under the wing, and they're going to be, this is business.
Yeah.
This is the family business.
Yeah.
And you better get it done.
You need to be ready.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that goes in the classroom too. They have a lot of support. They have academic coaches. They have tutors assigned to them. They'll have their iPads when they get on the buses, and or the chartered plane.
Yeah.
And it's a lot different than it is here, but we do prepare them for that. Miss Bonnie has tutors over there, and they're understanding they have to go do their hours in the ACE lab, and we try to simulate as much as we can as that Division I life that all of them are going to go into.
Right.
But it's a little different when, you know, your rent is $350 and you're getting, you know, $1,100 check.
Yeah.
And you got a little time on your hands, so
Man.
what are you going to do with it?
Exactly.
The cost of attendance is $5,000 a year. So.
Man, incredible. Well, Coach, big game at Northwest this weekend. We wish you the best with that. And then we're right back here next Wednesday versus Pensacola. Now, Pensacola is, I guess they would be in the bottom of the conference race right now, but they're still nobody can be taken for granted in the Panhandle Conference.
Pensacola's got a really, really good team. I'm telling you, they have one of the better players in our league. A kid out of Mobile, 6'3". They say she can jump up and stuff it. Athlete, shoot the three. You know, Penny's a really good coach. She's been there at the bottom a little bit, but this team right here went to Northwest the other night, and it was a possession game.
Wow.
At Northwest.
Yeah.
And this league right here, everybody's top 10.
Yeah.
If they want, if you put Pensacola in somebody else's league, they come out and
They
watch
win
it.
out. Yeah.
So, it's just, well, like we say, the last 4 national champions have been from this league.
Yeah. So
And the team that won it had to play a play-in game to get into the state tournament.
so no days off. No days off.
No, my friend.
But yeah, all of our games this year are on Wednesday, except for homecoming is on Saturday, February 2nd. So but it looked from last week that Wednesday's not a problem.
No, and
People
actually,
are gonna
it was one of those things that we don't have control of that.
right.
I know a lot of people were a little bit upset about it, but we don't have control over it. It was a league thing and it got voted in.
Yeah.
So I hope those fans can make it out and get here, but understandably so. If you can't listen to us on the radio or whatever you got to do,
Right.
but we're thinking about you.
Yeah, absolutely.
Absolutely.
All right. Well, Coach, congratulations on your first win and good luck at Northwest, and we'll see you back at the Milt next Wednesday.
All right. Dr. Craven, appreciate you, brother.
All right.
All right.